Good morning. All right, let's see. Okay, I was just checking how much time I had. What is today's date? Today's July 1st? Yeah, Friday, July 1st. Okay. This past week has been interesting in my mind and in my thoughts and what's been going on in my world. And I've been kind of trying to look at the whole picture and see maybe what's triggering me or why I'm feeling this certain way. Because I'm having a bit of, what is that called? We have coping mechanisms. Is that how you guys say it? If I say it wrong, whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. But we use certain things like food, drinking, smoking. I mean, there's multiple ways to cope with numerous of things. Some people, it's just they throw themselves to get so busy elsewhere, to get away from stress or whatnot. And so that's where I'm trying to pay attention to myself and be like, okay, look at before I would, if I would feel a certain way, I would never understand. It's part of life, suck it up, move on type thing. So I try to feel what's going on with me. I try to understand, okay, well, why are you wanting to clam up right now? Why do you want to bolt? Why do you want to not communicate with anyone? I go through these spurts of moments where I get very stressed and overwhelmed, and I don't want to be around anyone. And I'm not gonna like hurt myself or not gonna hurt anybody. I just don't want to be around anyone. It's draining sometimes, and sometimes I not sometimes I know inside that I still have a anger and pain. So that anger, it's not because I'm like angry at one. It's not an anger at a particular person. It's anger from stuff that I haven't still released. Like I'm still working on releasing. There's so many fucking layers of this release that it's just, I wish, gotta be careful what you wish for. Um, I do wish full healing for myself. Like, I can't tell you guys how much I'm trying to keep in my forefront that I need to stay focused. I need to take care of myself. I need to not get sidetracked. I need to, or learn to balance it. That's my whole thing, is like, how can I balance my healing and my health and still be able to be what others need me to be? Because I don't need to be any certain way for anybody else. Like at this point moving forward, me personally, internally, like I love helping and giving to others and doing and putting smiles on their faces and everything. But I have to limit myself in extending. And I gotta set my boundaries, and I gotta stick to the boundaries is what I need to do. And I find myself sometimes overwhelmed about it because I want to be that Jen that most people know, that caring, kind, loving, would be there to pick you up, support you, whatnot. And then there's this other that is like, I need to put myself first, and I need to really focus on myself. And if my energy is just blatantly just cannot handle um being around people, then it is what it is. um I kind of had a squirrel moment just because there's just so much going on in my head that when, and I guess I'm calling it a squirrel moment, but when these moments happen, it's stuff that's being thrown into my forefront. Um, this last week, so I've been frustrated, facing some car issues, and it was very, very challenging. I don't want to say challenging. It was just frustrating because when someone's trying to help you and it becomes a bigger mess, I understand it. That's what happened. Um, the guy I'm seeing meant all well, and everything's fine now. My car is fine, but FYI for anyone, hey, Dad, not that you would ever be working on a car again, or if you're even watching this, I think you are. I'm not sure. If you take your spark plugs out and remove the battery on these newer vehicles, it is very important to relearn your vehicle, relearn the ECU. So that's the computer. There's a whole shindig. You twist the key, do this, pump this, twist, turn, da da da, and then relearn it. So, anyways, after 150 miles of that relearn, then a car will start running normal. But anyways, yes, it was stressful because I'm getting ready to go on vacation and having car issues like that, and then like transmission was being thrown in my face, and like I had two mechanics looking at me like I was just like didn't know what I was talking about, and I'm like they were saying it was perfectly fine, it was driving fine. I mean, it was chaotic. And so when that was going on, I was like, okay, ketchup took care of me. If I had shared any form of frustration or troubles, like car troubles, he always, he wasn't like always there to take care of every single issue, but he was always there to at least tempt. So, like, I broke down in New Mexico last year, and he was the first person that was reaching out to me and be like, what, lady, where you at? What's going on? And continue to text me and message me. And so he's been there numerous of times for me in the sense of like guidance of helping me. Not that I can't do it by myself, but it is nice to have a man support that, is like, yeah, I got this, or I know this buddy, or it's nice. So, no, I don't need it. I don't have to have it. But I like it. And so anyways, this week was a bit frustrating because the guy I was seeing, fixed getting the car ready, and, so it started the idles, or not idle, it was RPMs were running high. And so when all that going on, it was just frustrating. And I was just like, why am I so frustrated? And then I became angry at the guy that I'm dating. And so I was like, I don't like that. I don't know why I got angry at him. There was no reason for me to get angry at him. He did nothing wrong. He simply is trying to do sweet things and make sure that I'm going to be comfortable and okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I was angry. And so then I was like, okay, well, if you're angry, there's a reason why there's anger built. So let's look at the situation. It's involving a car. There was a feeling of my dad, a feeling of ketchup. Isn't that weird? So when I was having that, like, I was trying to open up. I was like, okay, because the thought was like, well, if I was closer to my dad, like living in distance, he could just help me. And I, like, because I trust him, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's where I was kind of seeing that. And then again, the whole ketchup and always having my back, and not always, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Was like just the attempt, just the whether he was not there physically, the intent was always there. And then the communications of the frustration that it caused for this guy that I'm dating. Him and I butted heads. I ended up taking the car into a shop that I normally would take my car to, and had to pay to get my computer relearned. When I sent a checklist and asked, yeah, that's where there's frustration. So anyways, that's happened this week. And I'm frustrated about it because it's just like, why did I get angry? There was no reason for that to happen. Frustrated, yes, but I was feeling, maybe it was an anger frustration, but either which way, I didn't like it. And I was like, yeah, Jen, you still need to do some work. If you're feeling some sort of way, like when, and I'm acknowledging that now. When you feel some sort of way, that internal, that it's an internal, it may not be at that very moment that you're angry. Like, okay, yeah, here's an example. So my vacuum cleaner belt. Guys, this is funny. This is how I'm growing. This is how I know I'm growing. So yesterday, Kaden had cleaned the house up before I got home from work, and she had came to me. She said, "Hey, Mom, please don't be mad at me." And I was like, "What's up?" And she goes, "I broke the vacuum belt." And I was just like, "Well, what happened?" So I have this rug, and anyways, long story short, this damn rug has broken a vacuum cleaner before. The same exact rug broke a belt and broke the actual vacuum cleaner. So I had to call the company, blah blah blah. Had one reshipped. That's the new one. It's a nice one. Anyways, it did the same. It caught the belt. It broke, and then I was like, man, if it really like jacked it up or it's broke. And they told me that I would have to buy a new one if that happened again. So when that happened, I was like, fuck. Like, it just hit me. I was just so, and then I just took a deep breath and I was like, I looked at Kaden and I was like, okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry. I was like, it's just that rug. That damn rug did the same exact fucking, it was just that, it was there. And I was like, whoa. Okay. Slow. I was able to kind of bring myself back down and catch myself and like look at Kaden and just be like, look, I'm not mad at you. Like, I have my moments. We all have our moments. And I was able to realize, like, okay, slow down, calm down. So that's how I know I'm healing, is because I'm recognizing those things, moments like that. So when I'm seeing this anger, or feeling this anger towards the guy that helped me, I'm confused right now as to why. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And that's why I was just like, okay, hit the record button. Here we go. I guess sometimes I just don't know how else to, because I'm not going to pay a therapist to like sit here and listen to me talk. We've already discussed that. But I just don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to heal completely. I personally don't want to say that I'm personally not holding internal, like we don't hold stuff in on purpose. Like, I know some people do. They keep secrets for a reason, and that's horrible. Secrets are horrible for yourself. Not for, I mean, seriously, they really are. And people are like, oh, secrets. No, we're talking about secrets. You want to know the secret that I kept for a long period of time, that I was molested? Like, so many people didn't know that. So yeah, just not good to keep that type of stuff. So I was like, all right, record. And if I make sense, I make sense. If I don't, I don't. But it's been a frustrating week because my stress levels of my vehicle, and then, like I said, everything is put in our faces for, it's a lesson. It's like everything is a lesson. I just am so frustrated that for the longest time I've been living caught up into a fake, fictitious, controlled world. Like what people think and how you should live your life. This is what you should do. Like, I got to keep my focus on healing, heal. And so, yeah, lots going on right now in my head. Let's see. I know this past week, my brain, when I get ready to hit record, I generally have had a day or two with some thoughts. And those thoughts generally stick there and they kind of bounce back and forth. Oh, see, there it is. Yesterday, I got a voice clip. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. I take that. 2 days ago, I got a voice clip. Yep. That I told you guys, like the power of being able to open and close a message box without no response to him. Like, it's funny. Now, there is a response because I'm responding right now. I'm talking to you guys about it. Okay. So this, I know that like I'm acknowledging the entire situation because obviously this is a part of some healing too. Like I said, there's multiple areas of healing that I need to do. So anyways, he messaged me 2 days ago and left me a voice clip and was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I don't know all the verbiage. Basically, like, he had hurt his back and he was down since Saturday and that he would pay me $200 to give him a massage and that I had fixed him before and that, no silly shenanigans, I just, you know what you're doing. And that was that. And then, I was just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, when I kind of chuckled, I was just like, really? Like, really? Yeah, dude, I have no desire to help you. I have no desire to even send you in the direction, in the right direction. You're a grown ass man. So anyways, he messaged me back and did state that, he, it's the narcissistic game trying to get my attention, kept on, messaging me. And I just ignored it, like I guess opening it is still response. So that is something that I have like been like, okay, do I need to block him now? Not that it's bothering me, because me personally, I'm laughing at this. And this is where I found where I have the control, because it's like he can continue to message and send voice clips or whatnot. And I'm still not going to respond because there's no desire on my behalf. There was one time where I did ask, where I was like, or asked the guy that I'm dating, I was like, should I message him and give him an ending and saying, leave me alone. I wish you well, blah, blah, blah. Like, just end it. Just, there is no, you know what I mean? And then just for a moment, because I was like, is that the proper thing to do? But then I'm like, okay, wait, why am I even worried about what the proper thing to do? Dude laid his fucking hands on me in a hotel room. Like, straight, like, I don't care if this was years ago or not, but, and the reality is, proper or not, I went through a lot of unproperness from others. And so at this point, I don't have any, that moment where I was like, should I? I didn't know if I should. So, others do suggest that I block, and I understand that. Like, I laugh at the situation now because I'm like, I laugh because I love how strong I am. Because before, I would be like, ooh, motherfucker, you know what I mean? And give him a piece of my voice. Tell him how I was feeling. How he made me feel. Like, it's pointless. They don't care. Why waste your time? Why waste the breath? Why waste that energy? But take that energy and heal and come to a space like this, and or on your own or with a friend or a therapist, and heal and discuss it and release, because that's how we heal. Release, speak it, let it out. Holding it in, I promise you guys, guarantee it does not help you. Fucking proof. Any secrets you have, get it out. I'm not saying you have to blade it to the world, but there's shit that I've done and seen and whatnot where it was like, those are things you're like, I don't even know if I want to like let people know that I saw that, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you just have, and so when things like that happen and you keep that in, and if it's like a heavy energy, I've learned my lesson. You guys want to know why I battled with a lot of health issues growing up? I don't care what anyone will say, because I will tell you this. diet is huge in anything we put in our mouth is internally what's going on. Like, so if you're sick, like if you come down the road and you're like, oh, I have cancer or I have this going on. Okay, guys, the reality, if it's internally and it's not muscular or bone related or ligaments, okay, if it's internally like organ wise, it's legit the food or the water you're drinking. Okay, it's whatever you're putting in your mouth. So many people is like, oh, I got cancer, but I don't know how I got cancer. And and doctors just like throw medicine just like left and right, whatever. Anyways, going back to this food situation. Where am I going? What am I talking about, you guys? Give me a second. Oh shit, I know I was talking about the food, the intake, the water, what you put in your mouth. Oh, and like releasing it. That's basically what I was saying. Okay, so like basically the pain, like the pain and the trauma, the any heavy toxicity, heavy energy, heavy, if that's not released and out, like that's what causes sicknesses. Because I'm sorry, one just does not get sick because they eat so healthy. And, no, you get sick because of internally what's going on, of your emotional stress, and your emotional stress is what you need to verbally release. It's energy. So that emotional will cause that. In one little thing, you'd be like, oh, well, this, I did this, whatever. And like, if you may see it's a little thing, but guess what? When that one little thing comes to another little thing, another, and then all builds up, and then you got just this massive mounds of heavy energy. And I'm just saying that because I'm an example. I feel that I'm an example myself because like I just throughout the years have had things just continuously build up. And I don't dismiss anybody. I mean, I know multiple people have many of things build up. But I've been in that survivor mode, fight mode, you know what I mean? Fight, try to survive. So, but that's why I personally believe a lot of my health is been a struggle growing, the battles that I faced from having a tumor, from my spinal stenosis, my scoliosis, my heart surgery, my hysterectomy, like my premenstrual dysphoric disorder, all of it, like all of that. Like, and that's another thing. Let's talk about PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Oh my God, that was horrible. So I found out about that I started doing some research. It's basically like PMS on steroids meets Hulk Hogan. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Meets Hulk Hogan on steroids times 1,000. Like, it is rampant rage. Okay, so I lived with that for a period of time. Basically, what happens is when a woman goes through a traumatic experience and it keeps on getting stacked, that's kind of what happened with me. For all the traumatic experiences throughout my life, my hormones and all that has like kind of did this. And so internally inside, I was allergic because I had so much hate, anger, pain, trauma, all that, right? And tied internally. And then, gosh, I hate this. Fuck. I hate that. I hate it. I can't bring it back. I'm not being able to bring it back. Where was I going? What was I saying? What was I saying, guys? This is not fun part of the recording. I don't know. I completely went, woo. All right. Well, maybe that's a sign then for me to jump off and just take the rest of the morning and chillax and get some tea. I have some water right now, which I'm trying to do better at drinking water. Oh, something about intake. I know that. It was about the food we intake and, oh, the pain, and that's what it was. Like, oh, because I've always eaten healthy. I don't know if it's still on the right track of where I was going with that thought process, but the generalization of what I think I was going with is all this stuff that has happened to me in the past. And then like the stuff that I have been brainwashed to believe that was good and healthy for us, okay, for like all the distractions, like all that fast food crap that I went on, like I was for a long period of time. That's how I would do dinner, pick up. When it was just Kane and I was like, just swing by, pick up. It's easy peasy to pick up 2 meals than to make 2 separate meals. Like I, for a period of time, and even still, like, anyways, food, food, food. If it's not healthy, if it's not good for you, it's going to kill you. Yes, it will kill you over a period of time. All those people walking around with cancers and shit like that, sorry, you're not just going to get cancer just sitting. Nope. Or any other physical elements that are issues that you come up about. All my stuff, everything that I've been through, I completely grasp and feel 100% that everything has happened to me because one, I deserved it, or two, I deserved it because I did it myself. Does that make sense? Like, I deserved it in the sense of it's karma. Karma fucking happens. I believe in it. Since this awakening, since this healing journey, since whatever you guys want to like see this as, or how I feel it as, it's interesting what and how I perceive things, because my perception on stuff is completely just different. And I love it. Oh, that's what it was. Wait, did I talk about premenstrual dysphoric? I was talking about that. Oh, that stuff is horrible. Oh, that's what it was. I was basically became allergic to my hormones. And so I would rage like tremendously. See, guys, that's how my brain works. It goes. But, so 3-4 years ago, I went ahead and had a hysterectomy because I did the research and learning that, the one way to heal it or to cure it was basically to have a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy. And so I did. Which I'm so thankful I did. So thankful, because now I don't have to stress carrying another child. Not that, that was horrible, but at my age, I'm done. And birth control and stuff like that, it's just, yeah. So it is nice in that sense. And also, too, another huge, amazing thing, that is the moment I woke up from my hysterectomy, I did not feel that beast on my back. I did not feel the premenstrual dysphoric disorder, rage and anger, and it was just bizarre how it like woke me up and just like made me feel like I didn't have this heavy demonic thing on me. It was weird. But now looking at it, I wonder if I still had everything, if I didn't have my hysterectomy, where, you know what I mean, where I would have been. But I also too know that my premenstrual dysphoric disorder was in that time frame that really rocketed from my ex that was physically abusive with me. The one that just reached out to me, that continues to reach out to me, ask me silly, dumb shit. Obviously, like, that's the part where, I mean, I feel like I'm physically healed from it. Like, I have no desire, you know what I mean? But obviously it's still right here, so we're going to continue to deal with it. So, anyways, that was the time frame after that incident. That's when it really kind of heightened of my rage. And so I was a single mom dealing with the girls, and I just felt internally so much rage over just the smallest thing. Like, I could pick up the house and it could be a piece of trash in the living room and I would snap. It could be, I mean, my oldest will tell you, like, she's the one that was the biggest, exposed to it the most, because it was me and her. Stevie was really baby when this was going on, so she really wasn't able to, you know what I mean? Like kind of cross that behavior of mine. And my oldest and I, we've spoke about this, and we continue to speak about it. And I mean, I try to talk with her as much as possible because I want to heal her. And those are moments that I know that she remembers. Those are traumatic moments for her of my rage. And so she and I try to talk about it as much as possible because I want those moments to be released and healed, because I know they were not fun for her. She was on the receiving end, and that was not fair. And I own my stuff, and she knows that. And I, you know, that's just one thing that I love. I love that I can own it and be like, I was in the wrong. I mean, I'm sorry I had no control, because I didn't have control. I wish I did have control at that time, but I was unhealed and I was in the wrong, and I own my shit, and owning it just it's awesome, you guys. Like, it really is. It makes me feel internally like I'm releasing something and be like, I did that on my own. Like, I don't care what you guys, like, internally, I mean, I care what you guys think, but I don't, if that makes sense. It's like, I enjoy what others think, it, you know, because I am seeing other people's perspective, but I also don't care, because it's like, I know I'm on a path of healing, and I see those things, and I continue to do them, and I'm only going to encourage anybody around me to do it. Own your shit. Own it, because when you do, it's pretty cool. So speaking of owning my shit, there's some other things that I know keep on coming out in my forefront and whatnot, but I'll own it and I'll get there. I'm not dismissing it, but I just think it's because I wonder, like, a part of me is, I wonder, it's like, if something, okay, if you keep on thinking about something from a past, is it coming to my forefront because I need to, is it tying in with this? Like, is that the connection to it? Or do I just need to keep that there? And is it just because this is something that I need to own? I mean, I own all my shit, but is it something that I need to speak and share? I don't know. Yeah, I do. It's just over a period of time. And like I said, it's just a matter of me. That's all. It's all the process of just, like, you know, just be. Just be. If you want to chit chat and release and heal, just chit chat and release and heal. And if your brain goes squirrel, go squirrel. Okay, that's enough of my therapy for today. I am gonna do some meditation and try to ground myself. Yeah. Okay, I was trying to think of something else, but nothing else coming to my mind. Anywho, thank you guys all for being here and listening to my crazy, wild. No, they're not. I know I say that. I said that last time. They're not. Well, they are wild. I call them wild because they're fun. But anyways, thanks for being here, and thank you for the ones that reach out and give me support. I've received a few messages, and I do appreciate that. Like, they do help me, and, like, especially there's been a few that hit at a time where I just needed a smile. And so I do love you guys, every single one of you. I wish you all, and I mean every single one of you, healing. I really do. Let it go. Let it go, because I'm telling you, it is such an amazing feeling to let shit go. Let it go. I love you. But most of all, I love myself. Bye.